Just recently, I had a consultation with she's actually a client and a patient of mine, Angie. And one of her big questions when she came to see me was, Rosemary, you tell us that our family are waiting for us. When we pass into the spirit world, we're going to meet all of those people that we love and who we care about. But she said, I have a really, really big fear because the one person I do not want to see when I go into spirit world is my father. Now, I knew Angie's history, and I knew that she'd been abused very badly, physically, emotionally, in every way you could imagine, by her father, who would think nothing of breaking a wrist or breaking a shoulder, or sort of years ago when we were much younger, we didn't have people watching out for kids like they do today. Now if a child goes in too often to a hospital with a broken whatever it is, the hospital makes note of it and we take care of our children. But years ago, of course, it wasn't the case. And as with my patient Angie, this wasn't the case for her. And this abuse that she had suffered had been going on for many, many years, all through her childhood, until at 15 years old, she ran away from home. It was the only way she could get away from the trauma. Anyway, the story's a long one, but let's get back to her main question, her main concern. Do we have to see people even if we don't want to see them? And she explained to me that she was terrified to come face to face with her father again, and she just absolutely didn't want to do it. Now, in some ways, I can relate to this because although my own mother never actually physically abused me, well, unless you count all the beatings, but all the backhanders and so on, but I was never abused in a way that Angie was abused. But I think we all have situations in our lives, and often many of us have situations in our childhood where we're abused, or we come across people who have let's say bad energy or not such good energy, and the idea of actually meeting them again or seeing them again, especially when you sort of grow used to this and you understand as you get older, you don't want anyone with bad energy or negative energy coming around you. And I've always said that, of all of the people that I want to speak to, when I'm speaking with Grey Eagle, or if I'm talking with the spirit world, whatever it is, the one person that I don't want to connect with in any way, shape or form is my mother. Now, for different reasons, we're not going to talk about that today, but I think there are many of us who have worries or concerns that when we pass into the spirit world, not only are our beloveds there to meet us, but what if that one person we really, really are afraid of, or we don't like, or someone who did terrible things to us? Do we have to see them? Do we have to meet them? We know that when we go to the spirit world, we know that our loved ones are surrounding us, they're waiting for us. And I've talked about this and written about this so many times. When somebody comes to me for a consultation, occasionally they'll say, because I will often ask, who would you like to speak with? And they'll tell me who they want to speak with, but occasionally someone will say, but I don't, if my father comes through, if my mother, whoever it is, if they come through, please, 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 Rosemary, I don't want to talk to them. Can we not talk to those people? And the truth is that we can decide. We can decide if we don't want to meet a person. We can decide if that person stays away from us. And I try to reassure people that, our angels in the spirit world, when they come for us, they lift us very gently. They carry us forward. They carry us to our destination. But also their job is to keep us safe emotionally, in every way, spiritually, in every way, to keep us safe. So of course, anyone they deem, let's say, dangerous to us or to our well-being, anyone who may perhaps, not have great energy, our angels, we rely on our angels to keep those people away from us. So I was able to reassure Angie, who had been born with an awful disease that she had, and she knew that her time was short, which is why we're having this conversation. I was able to reassure her, don't worry, I promise you that you'll be safe. I promise you will be surrounded by people who love you and who will keep you safe, and I promise, I said to her. And I was able to promise because my spirit guide, Grey Eagle, is always there for me and always able to help with these things and to guide, to steer me in the things that I need to say to people. And in this case with Angie, I was able to say, please don't worry about it. He won't be there. Your angels will make sure that you're safe and that you're well. And you will only have surrounding you those people who truly love you, people who took care of you, people who maybe did things not quite right when you were a kid, but were not evil, were not mean, they're not going to be people who are going to harm you in any way. And for Angie, at this time of passing, or reaching, or going forward to this time of passing, it was such a relief for her to hear me say to you, your father is in a whole different place. There's no way that he can be with you. There's no way that he can be anywhere close to you or near to you when it is your time to pass. And that was such a relief to her. I know that when my time comes, I'm probably going to feel the same way about my mother. I'm probably going to say, no, yeah, but no. But no thanks, but no thanks. And I know that my wishes will be made plain, and I know that my angels will take care of me and make sure that I don't have to deal with anything that I don't need to deal with, and anything that causes harm. The experience of passing into the spirit world, I hear this from so many people all the time as they tell me how so many people say, my angels came. I felt as if I was being lifted and carried. There are so many different ways that people experience the act of dying and what happens to them. But I can promise everyone who comes to me one thing for absolute certain, that when it is your time to go, you will go peacefully and gently, and the spirit world will take care of you. Your angels will take care of you. And when you see those who you love waiting for you, it is the most joyous and the most incredible experience. So that's something for us all to look forward to, not too soon. Let's not go too quickly, right? But I think it's one of those things that we, perhaps some of us do worry about. Do I really have to see this person or this person, or there's one person I absolutely don't want to connect with? Don't worry about it. You'll be safe, you'll be well, your angels will protect you, and that is an absolute certainty.